All right, y'all, we finna break it down. Finishing tips on NBA 2K22 in Season 6. We want you guys to finish more effectively, efficiently, and consistently. We're gonna be breaking down badges, animations. We wanna make sure that you guys are good when you get in the paint. Now, before I continue this video, there's something that I just have to get off of my chest. Man, we've been playing Rec Center, and I've been going crazy in the rec. Our whole squad has been going crazy in the rec, and I already know what you guys have to say. Why are you running squads in the rec? We go into Pro-Am, we do the same exact thing in Pro-Am. We go into the Rec Center because we have a large community of players, and I don't want to just incorporate everybody on the Pro-Am team. But oh my God, I have to just kind of vibe out with y'all for a second before we start this video, getting into badges, animations, and the best finishing tips for NBA 2K22. The Rec Center players are looking absolutely terrible. I mean, terrible. I mean, you can say it in whatever language from whatever country you're from. It is the universal language of absolutely terrible. And I'm not saying this to kind of hurt anybody's feelings or insult anybody. If you feel like you're a bot out there, that's what it actually feels like. It feels like a bot or an AI makes YouTube content, is a content creator that's goated and is just dropping videos to play like a bot in the Rec Center. But the Rec used to not be like this in earlier seasons. We used to run into a ton of players with higher IQ. Now we're seeing players play like absolute bots going in the paint. We're talking about the centers. I'm running my center, my 7-2 glitch build. If you guys are interested in this build, I have the video on my channel. You can go check that out. But I'm running my 7-2 and I'm still doing absolutely great. I love everything I'm doing out there. But man, it's so mind-numbing to play against these bots that don't help their team at all. When you go into the Pro-Am, everything feels so much more strategic, and I get that. You're running against teams that are set to play together. They got chemistry, things like this. I understand that. But even still, each player knows how to play their role, and that's how the Rec Center used to be. Now we're running up against centers and whole teams that are absolutely fixed on getting into the paint. And I know a lot of you centers are out there like, hey, you know, because a lot of point guards that we run with, we don't know them, so we don't even attempt to set a screen. They get mad at you if you set a screen. I'm running into centers that don't even make the attempt, don't even try to set a screen. So for me, playing defense with so many different players cutting into the paint, and I mean I'm in the middle, standing dead center in the restricted zone, and within 5 seconds we have 25 players on the other team cutting into the paint. You heard that right, man. It feels like 25 players because it's literally one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. And they just so wildly goofy. I'm like, do you guys not see your own teammates? I wasted enough of you guys' time, and I really don't like to waste you guys' time, but I had to kind of get this off my chest and connect with you guys. Hopefully I could get some feedback if you're experiencing the same thing in the Rec Center. Let's get right into it. First thing we're going to talk about is the animations. I got the Draymond Green dunk package, point blank period. Is a goated package. I love it. I made a video on it. It's a super fast dunk package. You're going to get like takeoff dunks. You're gonna get standing dunks within this dunk package, and I think there's only like one cockback animation, which rarely, if ever, comes out as long as you got Draymond Green's dunk package on there. You also may want to consider adding contact dunks, but what I've noticed from contact dunks with the big man build is that they give you some unfavorable animations, which more than likely will get you blocked. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. I want to share with you guys my experience with my finishing badge setup and how I set this build up. Matter of fact, before we do that, let's get into the attributes so you know what I'm working with this build. I got a 99 standing dunk, 76 driving layup, 75 driving dunk. My close shot is at a 99. In regards to finishing, this build was primarily made to get fast twitch on Hall of Fame and grace under pressure on Hall of Fame with the standing dunk as well. There's an inside big, also primarily made to run the pick and roll with a really good high IQ shooting threat type of point guard. I have my pass accuracy at an 85, so I just kind of wanted to, this is a defensive build as well. I kind of wanted to show you guys the attributes so you know what I'm working with when I'm offering you guys these tips. And now let's get into the badge setup. Your badge setup can make or break your player in regards to finishing. Now I had fast twitch on Hall of Fame, and I also had grace under pressure on Hall of Fame, but I removed posterizer for a good couple weeks, and I was trying out different options to see what I receive out there. And man, when I tell you that I was receiving the absolute most goofiest animations, I'm talking about I'm in the paint, and you guys know that if you're in that restricted zone, you should be good money to just pump fake and go right up. But my player, I'd pump fake and then I'd take some weird leaning fade. And I already know you guys are like, hey, but don't let, you can't hold your left stick in a particular. I'm like, I'm not even holding my left stick. I also know a lot of you guys are like, well, you maybe put on post control. Negative, that wasn't it. We figured it out. We ended up finding out the answer as to what it was, and it was the posterizer badge. There's a lot of animations that are tied into the posterizer badge that will allow you to properly go up against a defender with fast twitch and with grace under pressure. If you guys are curious, try taking off your posterizer badge, try taking off your rise up badge, and see what animations you're going to be getting in the paint. Even when you get deep into that paint, there's a good defender there, you're going to get a really silly, goofy animation. I understand that most finishers go directly to posterizer, but the reason why I attempted to try to take it off for a good couple weeks was to see which animations I get, because most centers pump fake into layup animations. And right away people are like, well, you pump fake into a layup, maybe that's grace under pressure. You pump fake into a layup, maybe that's fast twitch. And I'm here to tell you it's not that alone, because I had these two badges on Hall of Fame already throughout this whole process of taking off posterizer and adding posterizer. The second that I added posterizer back on last night, I thought it was actually rise up, but it wasn't rise up, it was the posterizer badge that were giving me better animations. I had my rise up removed last night, which I thought I added last night, when I received those better animations. And I mean instantly, me and the whole squad noticed ASAP, like, what's going on? What did you do? Because it's heavily noticeable that you're getting way better animations in the paint. And we're not talking about a pick and roll and then you dish out and you go into a dunk animation. No, we're talking about the meta pump fake into a layup, pump fake into a dunk, something like you normally see on 2K22 in regards to centers getting into the paint. They just go right up and it seems like it takes no skill. Well, that's because there's animations tied into that posterizer badge that you guys definitely want to take advantage of. From what I learned last night, I will not ever remove the posterizer badge. In fact, I put it up to Hall of Fame. I tried it out on gold last night. It was working out really well, so I said, let's put that joint up to Hall of Fame. I already have the key badges in fast twitch on Hall of Fame and grace under pressure on Hall of Fame. If you guys are curious about grace under pressure, this badge will not activate. There's certain parameters on how to activate the grace under pressure badge. One, you need to be contested over 15%. And the way in which to take advantage of grace under pressure is going into like a drop step animation. And you don't need to drop step with the square button. You could actually just hold L2 while you're backing down on the fender and then diagonal up left or up right to get this drop animation into a layup animation that'll immediately activate the grace under pressure badge, giving you the full benefit. I mean, like, players are hitting something like 80+% on heavily contested layups, 15 to 40%. And I was going through my goofiness without the posterizer badge and getting these weird animations in the paint where I'm already in the restricted zone, but my player just refuses to go straight up. Instead, he'll try to do some weird fade back from the restricted zone to the 3-point line. At least I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he would just continuously get this really weird animation where you know it's favorable to just go right up. He would instead make the finishing animation way more difficult, and I believe that's because I didn't have the posterizer badge on. And I understand that posterizer is intended to give you better dunk animations or dunk in contact. The beginning animation of actually going up is tied directly into the posterizer badge, almost like equipping posterizer lets 2K know that you ready to just bang out on anybody that's in front of you. We're gonna be running tests on this stuff as well over the next week, so you guys could expect to see way more content in regards to big man finishing in the paint, because I want to do tests on mouse in the house because I just took it off. This is the badge that I just removed. I have my additional 5 badge points. I tried to put it on rise up this morning, but I'm gonna remove it off rise up and we're gonna be testing mouse in the house, put back boss, and rise up over the next week or so. You guys could be expecting content on that, and I will be testing this on my live stream, so you're welcome to come on through and see how it works out. Love to be transparent with you guys. I have nothing to gain by lying to our audience. We want you guys to get right. I want to get right. I'm a player first, so if you guys got tips as well, share them in the comment section below. You can not only help me, you can help a ton of people watching this video. That's my finishing badge loadout. I want to continue to share my journey with you guys as I learn new things. I'm definitely going to drop some content, help you guys finish more effectively, more efficiently, and way more consistently on NBA 2K22. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, informative, or even interesting. And if you did, please consider dropping a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we intend to have a ton of 2K22 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.